Hey guys, this is Sherry from Pixel Studio, and today I am going to introduce you to Sketchup. We are going to work throughout the interface, including the menu bar, tools, and many other different options. So let's just go ahead and start the basics. The easiest way to move around a canvas in Sketchup is to use Pen and Orbit tool. With Pen tool you can move through the canvas, and with Orbit tool you can rotate the canvas. Just left click on the canvas and drag when Pen tool is selected, and press scroll or middle mouse button to use Orbit tool. Now let's start from the menu bar. First we have the File menu, which is always the same in every software. You can create new file, open and save files from this menu. Then we have some other options here as well. Like Send to Layout option sends the model directly into Google Layout, which is an extension of Google SketchUp. With geolocation we can add places directly from Google Map into the Google SketchUp. 3D Warehouse is the online warehouse of Google SketchUp to download and upload free models for everyone's use. With the Import option we can import other files into the scene. We can also export the scene into 3D and 2D format by using Export option. Next one is the Edit menu. This is again same as in every other software. First we have Undo and Redo. We can also undo any operation by using Alt plus Backspace hotkey, and redo any operation by using Ctrl plus Y hotkey. Then we have Cut, Copy, Paste, and Paste in Place options as well. We are going to see what Paste in Place does. Let's make some elements first. I am going to use Pen tool to draw a square and then extrude the square with the Extrude tool. Then I am going to double click on one element, and make a group of it. Let's copy the element by taking Move tool, press Ctrl, and move a copy of the element. Now I want to move the upper element into the group of the lower element but in the exact same position. So I am going to cut the upper element, then double click on the lower element to open the group and use the Paste in Place option. This way the element is moved into the other group in the exact same position it was in before. If we use just the Paste option it'll appear where our cursor will be. Next option is Delete Guides. Sometimes in SketchUp we use guidelines to design with proper measurement. We can draw these guides by using Measurement tool. These guidelines are much helpful when working on complex interior projects or detailed exterior models. One option is to simply select all the guides and press Delete. Other option is Go to Edit menu and select Delete Guides. Then we have Hide and Unhide option, which you can understand easily that it is used when we have to hide or unhide some element. It can be either single face, single line, some element, or the whole group. You can also right-click on the element and select Hide from the menu. Now to unhide, simple go to Edit menu, select Unhide, and then we have two options, Last and All. With Last we can unhide the last item that was hidden. And with All we can unhide all of the hidden items in the scene. Next option we have is Lock and Unlock. Only the grouped objects can be locked. Right-click on the object and make group. Then again right-click on group and you can select Lock from there or can use Edit menu as well. To unlock simply select the object and select Unlock. Next we have Make Component and Make Group options. Let's see what is the difference between group and component. Select the whole object and right-click on it and select Make Component. We can see some options here as well, but we just have to go ahead with the default settings and make the component. Now I am going to make some copies of this component. Let's edit one of the component by double-clicking on it. I'll use Offset tool by pressing the F key. When I do these changes you will notice that it is happening in all of the copies as well. Components really come in handy in those situations where we have to use duplicate elements. Now let's see what we can do with Make Group option. Again select the whole object and right-click on it and select Make Group. It will make the group right away. I am going to copy the element. Then I am going to edit one of the element by double-clicking on it. Now you can see when I am editing the block other have no changes on them. This is the difference between component and group. Close group or component simply means to close. Double-click on the group for editing. When you are done editing, you can either select the option from Edit menu or simply use the Escape hotkey to close the group. Next option is Intersect Faces. Sometimes in Sketchup, when we are working on the multiple objects, sometimes we need to intersect multiple groups to remove the extra faces, or extrude the extra faces. One option is to select the pencil tool and draw the line across the group and then delete or extrude the faces. But when we have a lot of groups or models already in the scene, then it's hectic to use pencil and draw lines across. Here we can use Intersect Faces option. Just select the group which you want to intersect, right-click on it and choose whichever option suits you best. What it will do that it will intersect the group at the point where they meet, and then it will be easy to extrude the faces. Next we have in line is the View menu. On top we have Toolbar option. From here we can turn on and off all the toolbars that we use in Google Sketchup. I usually work with Getting Started and Large Tool Set, because it has all the tools that you ever need. And you can always turn on the other toolbars that you need. Next we have Hidden Geometry. With this option we can see all our hidden elements in the wireframe mode while other unhidden elements are in solid form. Next we have Section Plane option. First let's cut a section in the model by using Section tool. Now if we turn off that option we can still see our section, but the section planes is hidden. We can use this option while rendering sections in Google SketchUp. Other options, axes and guides, are as well used to turn on and off the axes and guides. Next we have shadows and fog, which are used to see shadows and fog in real time. We can also turn on the toolbar for shadows form toolbar option. As you can see we have two slides in shadows toolbar. First one is used to control the 12 months, and with the second one we can change the timing of the day to control the properties of shadows. Then with the fog option we can simply add or remove fog from the scene to give it more depth. Next is edge style. Feel free to use all these options and see what each individual option can do. We can turn off the edges of an object, make them thick, or can see the hidden edges in dotted line. With face style option we can actually change the styles of the scene. We also can turn on the toolbar for styles form toolbar menu. In styles we have wireframe, X-ray, shaded, monochrome and shaded with texture. All these styles have different properties and we are going to use them in our intermediate classes. Last option in this menu is animation. Now when we are working in Google SketchUp we need to set some scenes for the final rendering. This is simple, we just have to set the set and then go View and Animation and then select Add Scene. This option will add scene right below the toolbar. We can add multiple scene from that menu or simple right-clicking on the existing scene and select Add. Select Delete to delete the existing scene. We can also update the scene if we ever need to reset the scene. Set the scene according to your need by moving them left and right. Once we have multiple scenes set we can also animate them by selecting Play Animation. To change the settings of the animation, go into View, select Animation and select Settings. Here we can change the scene transition time and scene delay time. Next we have the Camera menu. In Camera we have Standard Views option. This option has some presets of views already, like top, bottom, front, back, left, right and ISO. We can also turn on the toolbar of views from the toolbar option. Then we have parallel projection and perspective options. The difference between these two is that we can see straight lines in parallel projection as the name suggests, and in perspective mode we can see everything in perspective as we see in real life. Next we have pan, orbit, zoom and zoom extent options. We can also select these options from the toolbar. We already discussed pan and orbit tool in the beginning of the tutorial. Zoom is, as its name suggests, is used to zoom in and out of the model. Zoom extent is different. We use this option when we are stuck inside the model and zooming in and out is difficult. All we have to do is to press zoom extent and it will take us outside the model right away. Position camera, Walk and look around options are simple, used to position the camera on eye level in the model. Simple look around and create walkthrough inside the scene. Next we have draw menu. As you can see here, we have some options as lines, arcs and shapes. You can create every kind of shape and line using these options. We also have these options on the toolbar. Next menu is tools. As the name suggests, it has all of the basic tools that we can use in the Google SketchUp. We will discuss the purpose and functionality of these tools in our upcoming tutorials. You can see all of these tools right down the menu bar. Let's go ahead and check the Windows menu. With the first three options we can on and off and manage all of the tray that are on the right side of the Google SketchUp. These trays have different operations. We have materials in here as well. We can add or edit materials through here. You can explore all of the trays, feel free to poke around as much as you can. Next option we have is model info. Here you can see we can change a lot of settings about the project. Explore these settings and drop a comment or contact us on our Facebook page if you have any confusions. Then we have preferences option here. In this option we can change the settings of Google SketchUp. We can change the colors of axis and many other things as well. We have 3D Warehouse next. As I told you in the beginning of the tutorial that we can download free models from 3D Warehouse. All you have to do is to search anything you want, select one of the model and then download it directly into the project, as I have downloaded this dining table into the project. Extension Manager control all of you plugins and extensions. You can update, delete and even install new extensions from here, like currently I am using V-Ray Renderer. We will be covering the V-Ray in another tutorial in full length. So in this beginner tutorial we learned all about the menu and options in them in detail. I hope it was detailed enough for you guys to understand. If you think our tutorial was worth your time, then please drop a like, subscribe our channel and keep following. See you next time guys.